Hello guys, and now we are on the second game of dominating the open files series, and this game was played between Anderson and Limp in Rio de Janeiro in 1985. And let's see the game. It's knight f3, knight f6, c4, c5, knight c3, knight c6, g3, g6, bishop g2, bishop g7, castle shot, d4, d6, d takes c5, and d takes c5. Now bishop f4. Due to the symmetry in this open position, black must play precisely. Now knight d4, bishop e5, knight takes f3 check, and apparently this is a mistake. Black spent two moves to open the diagonal for the g2 bishop. And here instead of knight takes f3, knight c6 was correct. After bishop to f4, then knight d4, white has to find another plan. So then after knight takes f3, bishop takes f3, knight d7, bishop takes g7, king takes g7, and black's experiment failed here. White has better development. It is very difficult for black to develop his queenside pieces. Now bishop g2, knight b6, b3. Tarash said once that a knight is always badly placed on b6. Of course, that was self-criticism and a joke, but there is also some truth in that statement. This game supports that statement. Queen takes d1, rook f takes d1, rook b8. Black tries step by step to get rid of white's pressure on the long diagonal. Meanwhile, white will secure domination on the d file. And now rook d2, knight a8, rook a d1, knight c7, f4. White gains space and prepares king f2 and king e3. Bishop e6, knight e4. Now forcing b6, after which c6 will be weak square. Another idea is to put the knight to g5, eliminating the piece controlling the d7. And now b6, knight g5, a5, removing the pawns from the 7th rank. King f2. Here knight takes e6 and knight takes e6, rook d7, rook f to d8 gives nothing to white. So king f2, bishop c8, bishop c6. This is a typical move of Anderson. No actual threats. Black can no longer fight for the d file, and Anderson just want to underline white's domination. The move has a great psychological effect. f6. And here after knight e6, knight takes e6 and bishop takes e6 and bishop to d7, we see the clear point of bishop c6. White eliminates the e6 bishop and prepares the infiltration of rook d7. So black didn't go knight e6, he went f6, knight e4, knight e6, e3, king f7, g4. White even gains space on the king side. And here Anderson's style is perfect. After some slow moves, he makes active ones. Such a playing rhythm is very dangerous for the opponent. Bishop to b7. And black's defenses collapse. Now white's rooks invade 7th rank. Bishop takes b7, rook takes b7, rook d7, rook takes d7, and rook takes d7, rook b8. The position is hopeless for black. White's rooks and knight dominate. Black is lacking any counterplay, so many squares are available to white's knight and none for black's. Even white's king can take part in the attack. Knight c3, knight f8, rook a7, king e8, knight d5, knight d7, knight c7 check, king d8, king e2. Black is fully paralyzed and there is no reason to rush. By choosing a slow rhythm, the opponent has the chance to make a mistake, helping us to realize our advantage. Also, at any moment, the rhythm may be changed. The most important is to patiently activate all pieces. So let's activate the king, and so the king embarks on the long journey. The target is c6 square. King c8. Here rook c8 is more resistant. Now knight a6, rook b7, rook a8 check, rook b8, knight takes b8, knight takes b8, and king f3. Here black resigned. White's king come to d5 and the pawn endgame is easily winning. Here Anderson's patient style of playing at its best. After taking control of the d-file, white was able to patiently increase the pressure without real counterplay for the opponent. Okay guys, I hope you would have enjoyed the game. I will meet you in the next game. Thank you all.